guys, it's Allie. So this is my New Year's Eve face. I'm not going anywhere. I didn't have anywhere to go. I'm sure I could have found somewhere to go, but I don't really care. So that's Betty. She's outside my door, like rolling around on her back. So yeah, I'd rather spend New Year's Eve at home. I don't know, using Tumblr. So, but I thought for my sake, because I've been a little down lately, I would talk about all of the good things that happened in 2014. Because, yeah, like this time of the year I always get kind of down and like, oh, I'm depressed and sad and lonely, and I thought talking about the good things would cheer me up, so that's what I'm gonna do. Firstly, in February, I believe it was February, end of January, February, somewhere in there, I know it was, I went to Canada to visit Max and his family. I guess I should clarify more, because like that's like people saying I went to the United States, and you're like, where? The United States is big. I went to Saskatchewan, Saskatoon. I flew into Saskatoon, and I stayed one night in Saskatoon with Max, and I went and stayed with his family. And yeah, I stayed there for about a week, and never in my wildest dreams did I ever even think I would go to another country, because I am terrified of flying, or I used to be. I just get nervous. But I'd never flown alone. Like I'd always been on a plane with my mom or something, and I flew there alone. I was really proud of myself, and it was really fun, and it was nice to see how he lives and stuff, because we met, in 2013 in September in Vegas and spent about a week together. So I went there in January, February, March, somewhere in there. I did freeze my ass off. For them, they were saying it was warmer than usual. No, not for me. But I had a lot of fun. And then, we did a lot of fun stuff. I was going to talk more about it, but it's already 3 minutes in. So, then I went to Pennsylvania in end of May, beginning of June. I don't have my dates right, but I know it was in there. I went to Pennsylvania to watch my niece graduate from high school. My sister moved there years ago when it was our first time going, because we're a shitty family. And me and my mom went back there to watch Marissa graduate, and I got to see Lancaster. I say Lancaster because I live in California, and the town we do all of our shopping in, and that I lived in until I was 12, and that we go to all the time, is pronounced Lancaster, spelled the same way. But when I got there, I was told it was Lancaster, so I went to Lancaster, and I went to Gettysburg. Yeah, we just hung out and had fun for, I don't know if it was a week or what, but yeah. And then my mom and I flew from Pennsylvania to Alabama to visit my family there. My parents are from Alabama. And as usual, I saw my grandparents on both sides. Saw my cousins that I like. I've got some cousins I could care less about. I don't give a fuck about them. I'll just say it that way. If they see this, I don't care, I don't like you. I did see one I don't like. But, yeah, so we went there. My mama wanted to feel my tattoos, because she said she'd never felt a tattoo before. This is the first time of them seeing me with tattoos, because I hadn't been in a while. So I was nervous, because, I've changed a lot. I have, piercings in my nose and tattoos, and they hadn't seen me that way. So they were very accepting of If they talked about him, they talked about it behind my back. So, but my grandpa told me if that's what makes me happy, to do what makes me happy. So that was nice. Then, let's see, my great niece Harley was born. She is my only great niece that is actually a blood relative. I have 2 other great nieces that are step. I don't know how to pronounce that, but you know what I mean. So Harley was born this year, and she is adorable and very cute. And I spent a lot of time with my great niece Jamie, who is 4. She turned 4 this year, and she's the cutest kid on the planet. She's like my favorite, like, kid ever. So, spent more time with my niece Ashley, which was nice. We grew up together. We're 4 years apart, so we grew up more like siblings. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, my sister came to visit, like, right after we visited them in Pennsylvania. They came out, like, a few weeks later to visit us, and we did all our usual stuff, like celebrated 4th of July together, went to the beach, went to the water park, all of that. And then in September, I drove to Vegas to meet up with Max and his family again, and we didn't do too much in Vegas. Mostly spent time in the hotel, ate delicious ramen noodles at the restaurant downstairs. Went to a German pub, I think. I don't drink, so I had sausage, and yeah. And then Max and I drove from there to Hollywood. Like the last year, we stayed in a little house hotel. So you have your own little house for 3 nights. 3 nights? I think you said 3 nights, yeah. We walked down the Walk of Fame. We didn't do that the year before. We went to see Tusk at the ArcLight Theater. He had a whole surprise planned for my birthday. We spent our birthdays together. His birthday was in Vegas. We went swimming that day and stuff in the pool at the Hard Rock, and that was fun. Yeah, so for my birthday, Max had something like special planned, and I didn't know, and I had to drive. Like, I was driving, and he entered the thing in the GPS, and I just followed it, having no idea where I was going, and I pulled up in front of the Ivy. So we had my birthday dinner at the Ivy, and a lot of people know and have heard of the Ivy. It is a very popular restaurant in Hollywood amongst celebrities and the well-known. Like, you'll see on TMZ, they're like, oh, Kim Kardashian was seen leaving the Ivy today. So we ate there, and that was so sweet and so expensive. And I felt bad. I was like, Max, but he loved it too. So, and then, like, the people at the table next to us asked me if I got my glasses. I think she said, did she say on Rodeo? I don't know. She was, like, talking about some really expensive place, and I was like, I don't remember. No, I got my glasses from Coastal.com, and I got them for free, like the first pair free deal. But yeah, and then we went to the Improv to see Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman's Babylon, Hollywood Babylon, and I had never heard of it before, but I got the tickets, and I actually had a lot of fun. Again, it was like a 2-drink minimum, and Max and I were both there drinking soda water because we don't drink. Yeah, and it was so much. I had so much fun. I laughed so hard. And then what else? We went to Meltdown Comics. We met Chloe Dykstra, which is Max's like major. Yay! He's gonna, yeah. Max loves Chloe, so we met Chloe. I'm kind of bummed that she wasn't dating her current boyfriend then, or if she was, he wasn't there, because I would have loved to have met him. Yeah. Oh, we went to was it Trader Joe's. We went to Trader Joe's in Hollywood, and Andy Dick was there. And I do think he's a dick. We just saw him, and it was just funny that because I told Max, I'm like, you're not going to meet any celebrities because I've been to Hollywood quite a few times. I live 2 hours away. Anytime we've been down there, I've never met a celebrity, never saw one. So I was like, we're not going to see any. Like, you just think you will, you know. No, we saw Andy Dick and Trader Joe's, and yeah. And then when we went to Meltdown Comics, he got to see 2 people that they do a podcast, I guess. I didn't know who they were again, but the guy loved my Bobby Hill tattoo. He recognized it right away, so that was cool. So yeah, we had a lot of fun in Hollywood. And then he got to come back to my house and stay 2 nights, I think. And we went out in the desert, and I showed him the windmills, and we went out I showed him some movie sets we have out here that anybody would recognize. We went to Charlie Brown's, which is just a huge gift store that has everything in it. And yeah, we had a lot of fun. And then he went home. And I haven't seen him since. But yeah, so we did a lot. I did a lot of new things, a lot of firsts. I got a really special first in Canada, but we're not going to talk about that. But Max knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I did a lot. So last few months have been hard, but it's like I need to look back on the things that I did this year. Like so many firsts, and that's awesome. So I know that next year we'll have a lot of firsts too, and I hope they're all just as awesome. I do plan on going back to Canada to visit Max and his awesome family. Yeah, and he's gonna come out here. I'm hoping we can see each other more than just 2 times next year. So we gotta work that out. I have a lot of things that I don't really have resolutions, I just have goals. If I say they're resolutions, I won't do them because so yeah, got a lot of goals for next year. And oh yeah, and the recent good thing was finding Bubba and finding him a home. I still refer to him as Bubba even though I know his name is now Kuma, but like to me he's Bubba. But he is Kuma. His name is Kuma. And she is on Tumblr, and she may see this. Hi. And she gave him a wonderful forever home. He lives in Anaheim, I believe, up there. She sends me video updates, picture updates, which is awesome because a lot of times, like, I didn't know, like, I've never found a dog before and, like, looked for a home. Like, that just happened out of nowhere. You know, I found him, and my parents are scared of pit bulls. You know, and I was a little bit too because I've been attacked by dogs. I would have been afraid if it was any big dog. I'm afraid of any big dog. I love dogs, but if it's like a stray, I'm like rambling here. I've talked about this before, but yeah, he was starving. He'd been tied up. And yeah, I brought him home and had him for about a week and found him a new family via Tumblr. So thank you, Tumblr. And yeah, he couldn't have got it any better than he has. Like, she sent me a video this morning of him running in the snow, which, like, made my whole day. So, yeah, it's been a good year. I've done a lot of positive things. So, just wanted to talk about that. This was mainly for me, but I probably will still post it. Please ignore the mess behind me. That's another one of my goals for 2015 is to be a little less messy. And yeah. And more tattoos. Lots more tattoos. So, I will talk to you all later. And have a very, 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 very happy New Year.